100 pitches at San Diego. So today the challenge, as we greet you from Chase Field, glad to have you with us as we are underway to see if Max can just pound that strike zone.
That's all he needs to do today. Come out, throw strikes, and just let your talent take over.
That one has popped up to the right side. That one is a base hit for Aaron Rowan. He leads all Major League Baseball with at least 20 games leading off in average, in on-base percentage, and in slug. All of the big leagues, and guys that have led off at least 20 times, they have found the spot for him, Mark Graves.
Exactly. That's a fastball in, and he's just a strong young man. Flips it out there in front of Justin Upton, who is playing very deep. So leadoff base runner in Aaron Rowan.
On some kind of a roll, hit now in 20 of his last 21 games, hitting right at 400 during that time. By the way, with regard to leadoff hitters in comparison, leading in average at 388, Ichiro is second at 359, and this is as a leadoff hitter. On base percentage better than Juan Pierre, and slugging better than Ian Kinsler, who'll be coming to town down the road with Texas. They have found a spot for Aaron Rowan as that changeup evens the count at 1-1. Nate Scherholz gets the assignment today. One for his last 5 on this current road trip. Usually the pinch hitter extraordinaire for Bruce Bochy. He gets called upon more than anybody else. There's another change in a dandy. Back to back with that one, 1-2.
Yeah, Max starting to really change his pace a lot. Used to be 4 out of 5 pitches of fastball. Now he's starting to learn to really mix the off-speed stuff. That's developing into a really good pitch, that changeup, Darren.
Has never faced Max Scherzer, as that fastball misses just a little bit low. 2-2 the count. 4 pitches, and that's about what he averages per plate appearance. A little bit over 4, about 4.1. Major League average is less than 4 at 3.8. So each and every at bat, he is throwing a little bit more than a third of a pitch than anybody else. Chris Young is there, and he squares up. Scherholz is erased. Give him another changeup. So he saw 3 changeups in that at bat. Nate Scherholz, and he got it. Burns, Young, and Upton in the outfield. Roberts, Drew, Ojeda with Reynolds back over at first. And Scherzer pitching to Snyder. Now Max, 3 starts ago against San Diego was great. 7 innings, 2 runs, 10 strikeouts, 103 pitches is all. That was kind of the blueprint night for Max in that game. It was a 6-5 win. The club held on to pick up the victory, but that's what you want out of him. You want to take that arm into the 7th inning. You want to take any arm into the 7th inning, but especially this young pitcher.
As a starter, you need to start setting your goals more like 7 or more. The old days of 5 and fly, that's not as respectable anymore. Especially if you're a star in the making like this, a guy that #1 draft pick, a guy that you've really hedged a lot of your future.
Oh, 0-1 the count to Juan Uribe. And the pitch misses low, 1-1. It's always a challenge, yet for me hard to quantify when you have a young pitcher. And the talk is there are only so many innings per season in that arm. To me, it's hard to quantify if that's the case for a young Max or a Tim Lincecum. Fly ball right field. And the play is made by Justin Upton. Well, here he is, Mark Grace.
He's going to be swinging.
How'd I do on the quote by Yogi Berra?
Well, I thought you said it nicely. I think Joe Garagiola, and it was good to hear from him today. He'll be a little disappointed because you really didn't get the quote right. I thought your grammar was way too good to be Yogi Berra. You said it's not a bad ball if you can hit it.
Okay.
And that was your quote that Yogi said. It's not a bad ball if you can hit it. Well, Yogi didn't say it like that. You misquoted him, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm sorry,
He
Mr.
said,
Barra.
it ain't a bad ball if you can hit it. So from now on, when you quote Yogi, you got to quote him grammar and all now, okay?
I tell you, you nailed that one. That's a veteran right there. Good guidance. There you go, a change-up. And he somehow shoots the other way. Change-up. 1-1 to count. Now, when we have fun with him, we do so with respect. We want to make it clear that the respect we have for this young man's game.
Yeah, I can't imagine the last time a 322 hitter with 27 RBIs was disrespected. This kid can hit.
Neither is Vlad, and neither was Yogi. Roberto Clemente, Manny Sanguillen, the 1-1 is in. And he jackknifes out of the way. It ain't a bad ball if you can hit it.
It ain't a bad ball if you can hit it.
You see, that's even better. I think
that's more Yogi-esque,
yeah,
isn't it? You know, he's from the Hill in St. Louis. Grammar wasn't all that important back in the days on the Hill.
He and Joe grew up together there. The 2-1.
Pretty generous outside quarter. If Pablo ain't swinging at it, I don't know.
And that was his reaction, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that ball was a little bit outside. Pablo thought so. I'm sure our old buddy Jerry Lane, the home plate umpire, will learn about Pablo. It's very rare that you have to call a strike on him.
Runner on the move. He swings right through it. The inning comes to an end. That's exactly right. Because of the call, he chased away, but he chases anyway. Ballpark, San Francisco and Arizona. A.J. Hinch in the lineup that he has put together, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Ryan Roberts bats leadoff. Felipe Lopez given the day off. Eric Burns, Justin Upton, Stephen Drew on a roll. Mark Reynolds, Chris Snyder, Chris Young, Augie Ojeda, and Max Scherzer. Jonathan O. Sanchez, 2-5 this year with an ERA over 5. Though earlier this season, when he started against these Diamondbacks, you wouldn't know his ERA was over 5. He went 6 2/3, gave up 2 hits in a 2-0 victory, throwing shutout baseball.
He's got a good arm. Hard thrower, Jonathan Sanchez. He just gets himself in trouble with walks when he struggles. It's because it's certainly not his his velocity or his stuff. It's just his control that he fights.
You talk about opportunities, the combination of walks and hits per innings pitched. A Dan Heron-like number is 1. That's walks and hits per inning of work. His is 1.7. That's how many guys he deals with. And that one is outside.
Promptly falls behind 3-1.
But you're right, always has had a good arm. That's why he was drafted by the Giants back in 2004. Small college guy, so he is a self-made player. As that one is low. As predicted, whether he meant to or not, Mark Grace right on the money. That is a walk. And now Eric Burns, who bats second today, gets a chance.
Right out of the gate, Jonathan Sanchez is going to be in the stretch. He gets a quick visit from Juan Uribe. All right, go ahead and get on back there. You're not allowed to have a trip to the mound after one batter, are you?
I would think not. That's just my opinion, though. That's the pitcher in me. Eric Burns. Fly ball center field. And the play is made. So after the walk, Burns goes after the first pitch and flies out. Let's take a look at the defense for the San Francisco Giants. Lewis, Rowan, and Shearholtz. Uribe, Franz, and Burris Sandoval. You know, he's a friend of the show. And Eli Whiteside. As many shots as possible, by the way, today at Pablo Sandoval.
Kung Fu Panda.
Oh, I'm glad you remembered.
There he is. Oh, I love that nickname. Well, these boys are hacking.
Ryan Roberts wasn't.
Walk, yeah, after a leadoff walk, Eric Burns swings at the very first pitch he sees of the afternoon. Hits a shallow fly ball. Justin Upton swings at the very first pitch. I always had trouble doing that. I needed to gauge the velocity, gauge a little bit, try to see as many pitches as possible in my very first at bat. That way, if it's a big situation later on in the game, I'm not as surprised or fooled.
Roberts was getting ready to take an early jump, and Sanchez steps off, which makes sense.
Yeah, if the fifth or sixth inning came around, I had to face Sanchez. Then there was no surprise. I've seen his stuff. I've seen how fast it's coming in. What kind of maybe tilt it has on it. Is it sinking? Is it running? Is it straight? You know, your first at bat, like for instance, Eric Burns swings at the very first pitch. But his next at bat, he's going to have zero idea about what Jonathan Sanchez is throwing.
Oh, and 2 the count. That's that one sail by, and that one is high to Justin Upton.
It takes 1 week to make a jelly bean.
Justin in this series 1 for 8 with a couple of walks. Eight extra base hits this year against the Giants. That one bounces in there.
Nice block there by the young catcher Whiteside. Terrific block to save 90 feet.
Matter of fact, Justin doesn't have a hit this year against the Giants that isn't an extra base hit. Every single one of them. And he hits 286. 3 homers, 7 RBIs as well. And he's handled Sanchez. Work the count back to a little bit more of a favorable count as it's 2-2. Wild, Roberts off to the races, moves up, standing up, a wild pitch. So now an RBI opportunity for Justin.
Well, back-to-back blocks. This time it gets away enough for Ryan Roberts, who is very aggressive over there. It's a good block. It doesn't get away by much. It barely gets out of the dirt area, Darren. But in standing is Ryan Roberts. That's how simple it is if you're anticipating, you young base runners out there. Anticipate a ball in the dirt, get the jump, and you can get in standing.
Justin, tired of waiting, steps out of the box. Sanchez, last time out at Florida, 4 2/3, 8 hits, 5 earned runs. Lost 5-4, had a tough outing.
He just challenged Justin with a fastball there.
Hey, don't forget, anytime the D-backs score 6 runs or more, Taco Bell is giving away 3 free tacos with purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 the following day at participating locations. Well, but good to see the energy that Roberts brings already in play out there.
Drawing a walk, taking an extra base on a Ball in the dirt. Justin fights off another. That was a changeup there. So a couple of youngsters having a good battle here, Sanchez and Upton.
You talk about this at bat, yet adjustments for Justin. The first time he sees a starter, he hits 233 against him. Second time, 348.
And for instance, by having this long at bat, he's seen everything Sanchez has got, every pitch, by being patient.
He beat him that time.
He did. But the next at bat, Justin Upton will have already seen the changeup, already seen the fastballs in, the fastballs away, the slider. There won't be any tricks in the next at bat. So that, at least, he got something accomplished.
And those numbers back it up what you're talking about. Why? That's interesting. So here is Stephen Drew. Stephen knee deep in a 14-game hitting streak. In that time, he has 21 hits. 7 of them doubles, 1 of them a home run. A low strike right at the knees. 0-1 the count to Drew. Boy, great crowds of youngsters all around this ballpark this afternoon in the left and right field bleachers.
Wow.
Isn't that great? A lot of the camp day here today. Throughout the afternoon, I'll mention the names of some of the camps and the youngsters that are spending their day at the Diamondbacks game. We're sure glad to have you here.
Doggone right. All proud in their colors. That's neat.
See if Steven can give them something to cheer about. To the right side. Out front, a bit of an off-speed pitch. And Steven pulled it. He is erased. We'll get you, kids. We'll get you. He was testing me. There's no getting around it.
That sounds like Boch. The old grizzly, gruff, fantastic manager of the Giants. He was testing me. There's Black Beauty, Tim Lincecum. Boy, he's got some hair now, doesn't he?
There's a lot of hair.
Man. That's one of the best pitchers in the game right there. It looks like he should be playing the Black Crows.
He does, doesn't he?
Kind of looks like. What's that lead singer's name? I can't think of his name. We'll figure it out. Chris Robinson.
Seems you figured it out on your own. Well done.
I was told.
Or are you now? 1-2 the count. As that one is fouled off.
Man, can that guy pitch.
Well, the fun part about that quote that we saw a moment ago about thanking a manager for being allowed to pitch deeper into a game, that's a classy move by the pitcher, there's no doubt. The manager speaking on leading a young pitcher. But the mindset that goes into pitching deep into games, wanting it like Lincecum does. Listen to skipper A.J. Hinch the other day talking about the mindset that it takes to have the want to pitch deep into games.
You know, ultimately these guys, good starting pitchers that can carry you deep into games, that can finish their own game, is a blessing for any manager or any club. But it's an attitude, it's an approach, it's a determination, and pitchers have that, and sometimes it takes guys in my spot to have the willpower to allow that, and you know, I would never want to deny somebody that.
In other words, he's all for complete games.
It's an attitude.
Love to see it, is what he's trying to say.
In on the hands. Franzen is erased. Good pitch. 2 outs.
And the way to do that is to work quickly, throw strikes, get ahead of hitters, make them swing the bats. Strikeouts are great, Darren. Strikeouts are sexy, and for some reason, strikeouts are really looked at as an important thing in pitching. Like, you know, all the strikeouts Nolan Ryan got. Yeah, that's great. But is it that much better than a pop up or a ground ball? I mean, it's still an out, right? So strikeouts are great and they're fun. But like, for instance, one of the big pitching stats, isn't one of the Triple Crown pitching stats, you know, wins and losses, ERA, and strikeouts?
Yes.
I don't get that. Outs are outs.
What about complete games?
Yeah.
Maybe?
How about ground balls? You know, I don't care if they're all fly balls to the track. Outs are outs. Oh, I'm just an old fuddy-duddy, Darren. I'm not with today's game where strikeouts are so important, and 6 innings, 3 runs is a quality start. Oh, that's big league. Holds. Oh, I love holds.
The 2-1 slider, 2-2 the count. You have to throw at least 3 pitches to get a strikeout.
Right.
Just 1 to get another out.
True. I love the hold, the complete game. What's another one I love?
You like the complete game, though.
I love the complete game. I said the quality start. That's
I knew what
the
you
one.
meant. I knew exactly what you meant.
Things that matter the most, I think, for most managers and most people, as far as pitching, wins and losses, saves if you're a closer. Oh, dear. What a good pitch there by Scherzer. Just runs in and attacks the hands of Whiteside.
2-2 the count. Popped up right side. Scoreless ball game for Max Scherzer.
Man, no strikeouts. What a terrible inning.
14 pitches. Brown & Brown and Superstition Springs. And by Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling. Right back to work, Sanchez against Mark Reynolds. That one is swung through. 0-1 the count. 15 home runs, 37 batted in. An on-base percentage of .360 this year for Mark. He's in the hole, 0-2. Three for 8 with a home run and an RBI in this series. And in this, the statistically dubbed hitter's ballpark, he has been much better at home. He has seen a steady diet of hard, harder, and harder stuff. And he's interested in all of it.
3 pitches, 3 swings. The aggressive Diamondbacks. Which would probably, if you looked at the scouting report on Jonathan Sanchez, you'd probably think, you got to be patient with this guy. He'll fall behind.
The 0-2. Got him.
On a pitch way out of the zone.
So Reynolds goes down on strikes.
Catcher number 19, Chris Snyder.
There's a couple of first sackers sitting side by side there. Both on the shelf. Mark Reynolds seeing more than a dozen starts already this year at first. Might need to get security on. Somebody check to see who took Chad's hat.
Somebody take his hat?
I think so, and I feel bad for him when that happens. The 0-1, as that one is low.
Get that hat back.
1-1.
Oh man, you know what? I think he's already got the APB out.
He got him looking.
Yeah, somebody needs to find Chad's hat.
Lincecum found his.
Tim found his hat.
Tim Lincecum, I tell you, you go to San Francisco. We'll let Steven slide. He's in and out, helmet, hat, playing.
Got his hat on his glove.
We'll let him slide.
Guys that are in the lineup, they're allowed to not have their hat on.
He's doing some sweating, isn't he?
I love it.
That one is high. But Lincecum in San Francisco, we know him here at the ballpark because he looks so unique. He goes unrecognized. I mean, he puts that little ski cap on, a winter cap on, his jeans, his flip-flop, sweatshirt, around town. No one has any idea who he is, ever. 3-1 the count.
Isn't it amazing, Darren Sutton? Chris Snyder went up there, taking a strike. First pitch was a strike right down the middle. 4 pitches later, he's on first base because he had the patience to take a pitch. See what things are about. Good at-bat right there by Chris Snyder.
Yeah, and that's why Mark Grace, a guy like Chris, and I know he's had to hit some in the 8-hole this year, but he's hitting .227. His on-base is .360. So he's finding ways on, and that's a reason why. Young takes a pitch.
It's 5 wide ones in a row. That's why the scouting report on Sanchez has got to be patient with him. He'll put you aboard. Not every time, but some of the time he'll fall behind. Then you make him a fastball pitcher. Then that makes hitting easier. You turn him into a one-pitch pitcher.
Lifted deep left center field. Lewis racing. He won't get there. It's up and over the wall. Chris Young with the double. We noted yesterday he's trying to make adjustments with those hands. It's always nice when you make changes. Do you have some positive stuff go on?
Diamondbacks get a bit of a bad break by that ball bouncing into the stands. It's good to see Chris Young after a rough evening about 12 hours ago. Get the ground rule double, and now it's decision time for Bruce Butch. I think he's going to decide to go after Augie Ojeda in this situation, not load him up for Max Scherzer. Doesn't matter because he got hit by the first pitch curveball.
Augie hops right up, appears to be okay. He hit him with a breaking ball. And that's probably, honestly, Gracie, as we see this again, what he was concerned about, thinking, well, if I ask my pitcher to throw 4 wide ones, he might not find the strike zone again for 2 batters.
Well, and also, I think you got a break there by that ball hitting Augie. That's a breaking ball down in the dirt. That one might have gone back to the screen and cost these Giants a run. Now Max Scherzer's going to have to take his chances. Maybe he can help himself. Diamondback pitchers, for the most part, have been pretty good in these situations this year, Darren.
Oh, you bet. Well, Max alone, 6 for 20. He's hitting 300. You know it's good when you can put a graphic like that. 3 for his last 6.
He got a good pitch to hit, took a good whack at it.
Snyder walked, Young doubled, and Augie Ojeda hit by a pitch. Well, you just know he's going to drive in a couple of runs here, quite honestly.
Really? You sound very confident.
That's just the way it's been for the pitchers this year.
No, it's borderline smugness.
The 0-1.
And you got to chase one up and out of the zone.
Hang in there, Gracie.
That's why they give you 3, right?
Roberts waits on deck. Should he be asked to pick him up?
Got him to chase another one out of the zone, but he was able to get a piece of it and stay alive.
Just needed to pass along, in case you're curious, that he is 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position this year.
400 hitter.
That's exactly right. Good quick math there.
Yeah, thank you, San Diego State. Got the fastball in the inside corner. He strikes out.
He totally and completely missed his spot. Whiteside was almost standing up. And give credit to the home plate umpire, Jerry Lane, for going ahead and calling this. Because it's a strike.
Yeah, that's a strike on the inside corner. Now it's up to Ryan Roberts with 2 outs.
A lot of times the catcher moving, getting out of his squat position behind, and then reaching back. Even though it's a strike, they won't give him the call, but that was clearly a strike. All right, Ryan Roberts. Fly ball, right center field.
First ball swinging.
After a walk in the first as well, they leave him loaded.
Answer to 74499 A, B, C, or D. The question today is, which player are you looking most forward to seeing in the upcoming week. Miguel Tejada, A, with the Houston Astros coming in here this weekend. Zach Greinke of the Kansas City Royals going out on the road for some interleague play next week. And then we head to Seattle. Ken Griffey Jr. is C. Ichiro is D. Again, text your answer to 74499, A, B, C, or D. Guys, I got to vote for Ichiro.
You will vote for Ichiro. Certainly a worthwhile vote. You will hear, by the way, on our telecast from Ken Griffey Jr. We'll have a conversation with him.
Love Ken Griffey Jr. Love Ichiro. They've been around a while. I'm looking forward to seeing in person Zach Greinke.
Me too. That's who I vote for as well. He is scheduled to pitch sometime next week. And he is pitching today, Zach Greinke is as well, as that one is in.
And Miguel Tejada been around a long time as well. The new name, the new fresh face there, Zach Greinke is the guy.
How about Max Scherzer against Zach Greinke? A couple of fireballers, and Ichiro leading the big leagues with a 359 average. That's a fly ball to center field. Yeah, exciting. I mean, when you see it initially and you get the schedule in the winter and you think about maybe the last couple of years, history for a couple of teams, you think, I love Kansas City, love going to Kansas City, but what are they going to be like? Well, now you find out Zach Greinke will be there.
Exactly.
Seattle, you've even given a nice preview. We know what Ichiro is, but the pitching that the Mariners have this year.
Yeah, those are two hitters for the Seattle Mariners. Those guys beat you with pitching.
Oh.
I mean, they keep coming at you with arms.
So actually a very good text poll question. Curious what you have to say, folks. And, of course, tomorrow, Roy Oswalt against Dan Herron. Roy Oswalt, one of my favorite opposing pitchers to cover.
Well, he is fun to watch. He just attacks.
He's got a little more diminutive in size, but he's got a little Jake Peavy in him. Roy Oswalt does.
Oh, absolutely.
And he'll pitch in, too.
Meanwhile, talking about all this pitching, pitcher on pitcher, it's a 3-0 count with Max Scherzer.
So he's got to dig out of a hole. 3-1 the count.
And I would imagine Jonathan Sanchez probably just got the take sign again. He better have, because he's hitting a whopping 0 this year. And he does get the take sign. He takes strike 2. Let's see if Max can throw him one more and put him away.
Three-two pitch.
That
Yes,
should do
sir.
it.
Hey, don't forget, by the way, join the D-backs and the Arizona Milk Producers for a post-game concert with Lifehouse this Saturday. Post-game concert.
What day is that?
Oh, that's Saturday night with Lifehouse. They're a good band. You'll like them. D-backs and Astros game is prior to that. The concert is free, of course. 602-514-8400. Visit dbacks.com/concert. Lifehouse. The first time, one of their nice hits. You'll have fun. You'll enjoy.
Saturday night, right?
Yep.
You and the Candyman, I guess, will have to enjoy that. You're going to be with the Candyman because I won't be here.
Oh, you're not here?
No, I'm going to miss the concert. Golly.
2-0 the count to Aaron Rowan. Oh, the good news is, I mean, that's for Fox Saturday Baseball, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, I think I have something that'll lift you up a little bit, make you feel better.
Okay, then I'm going to miss a good concert. Gas upstairs.
Well,
96 miles an hour. What we got?
Well, the good news is before, obviously, Saturday's game, there's fireworks. Friday night, D-backs and Astros going to enjoy some fireworks. Brought to you by Gila River Casino, 602-514-8400. So that network game is Saturday, so you can enjoy the fireworks, though, before you leave. That's the good news. Into center field, Chris Young on the move. He spins, he runs it down. No fireworks there.
I'm not going to be here for that.
Oh, that's right. You're flying across country. It's all right. You weren't invited anyway. to lead things off. Burns' first pitch swinging, flied out to center back in the first inning. Now looks at a pitch, and it's a strike, 0-1. What's going on with the Colorado Rockies, Mark?
Break them up.
My goodness.
They're going into Milwaukee and hammering them.
That would be Yovani Gallardo today as well, one of the game's best young pitchers. 3-0 the score there.
It's Aaron Cook opposing Yovani Gallardo.
Colorado's won 7 in a row.
Break them up.
Get your foot on the gas, D-backs. They're moving ahead, leaving you in the rear view. We don't want that, do we, Baxter?
Oh, that Baxter. You know what? He had just put the bunny ears right over the top of that kid's head. Did you notice that?
Just as they were posing.
Just as they were posing. He is such a mischievous one.
The 1-2. Strike 3. Burns goes down on strikes. Want to remind you, if you're between the ages of 8 and 14 and would love to announce a ball game with Gracie and I, now you can. Come on out this Sunday to Chase Field to shoot your video essay, and you might become a Sanderson Ford Lincoln Mercury Kidcaster. Our cameras will be on the Chase Field Plaza outside of Gate A from 11:30 to 1:15. We'll see you this Sunday. I think I'm going to stop by and watch some of the demos. I mean, if that's all right with you.
Are you? Going to put your
little creative
thumbprint
control
on that, huh?
Yeah, a little creative control that I'll be exercising.
Okay.
As if I don't already do that.
I was going to say.
0-1 the count to Justin Upton. Justin drives it deep right field. Shearhouse going back, looking up, take it back. It's gone. You were talking about, Mark Grace, the patience that he showed in the last at-bat.
You know, by seeing 8 pitches in his first at-bat, he saw everything Sanchez has. He saw a fastball down the middle there, and he just pounded it to right center field. But by doing that, the big picture, Darren, a lot of times we get so enamored with the here and now. And that's the way not only sports, every walk of life has been. We're so enamored with the here and now, we forget about the big picture. The small picture was Justin Upton popped up in the first inning, and he made an out. But the big picture is he saw every one of Sanchez's pitches, saw what his fastball is doing, saw what his changeup's doing, everything. And the very next at bat, he deposits one in the pool. So it's good to see patience pay off.
Stephen Drew is erased on a pop-up to second base. By the way, good news with that home run by Justin Upton. Another $10,000 has been raised to support prostate cancer research. To make a donation, call 800-798-CURE or go online, www.pcf.org. And again, if you didn't hear, we were talking about those numbers for Justin Upton. If a starting pitcher is in the game first time, second time, third time through, if he sees him for 3 times, 233 the first time, 348 the second time, 514 the third time.
So needless to say, the odds are certainly in his favor, and they're going to see each other probably in a couple innings here again. So, you know, the odds are never in, or very rarely in the hitter's favor because it's such a pitching tilted game.
Right.
As far as success, the great hitters fail 7 out of 10 times. But what Justin has done, though, is he's eliminated any doubt of what is coming from Jonathan Sanchez. He knows, he's seen every pitch now. He's not going to be fooled by anything. Or he's not going to step out and say, boy, I haven't seen that one yet.
One and two the count to Mark Reynolds.
He's got Mark chasing the high fastball. And that's the one thing that Mark slowly but surely he's learning how to do is lay off the high pitch. He likes the ball down. He likes the ball out over. And he hammers that pitch. But if he chases that one up there, that's usually the result.
Justin Upton going into the water, realizing it's just fine, thank you very much, after a patient at bat his first time through. this one.
I'm starting to hear that a lot.
Name the 4 players to throw a no-hitter after the age of 40.
One of the obvious ones. How about let's get the obvious one out of the way? Nolan Ryan. Sure glad there was a bell there.
Changeup fouled off by Nate Shearholz. 0-1 the count.
Oh, what a pitch. Slider down and in. Gorgeous.
Didn't an older Dennis Martinez throw a no-hitter?
Dennis Martinez threw a perfect game. Was he 40?
That's the question. Maybe he was.
I remember it was against the Los Angeles Dodgers. I don't think he was 40 though, Darren.
Wow, we were just having a discussion.
That sounded like you got buzzed. It was not Dennis Martinez.
Wow. 0-2 the count. Shearholz picks on a slider. To the gap it goes. Chris Young is there. He's turned it up a notch today.
Oh, Moses, what a great grab. Showing some closing speed was Chris Young. Goodness. That looked like a triple all the way. Right in the very end of his glove. Beautiful play on the run, showing the closing speed we talked about, Darren. Yeah, I don't blame you, Max. That'll get you a little fired up, too. Great play. All right, I got another one.
Okay.
I covered it. Randy Johnson. It was a perfect game as well. Hello? There we go. So Randy Johnson. That was a perfect game as well. How about
foul? You know who would know this, and he's watching right now. Baseball's best host,
Matt Vasgersian.
Wow.
Well, that wasn't a guess. Matt.
They don't like him in the truck, huh?
Well, we know Matt never threw a no-hitter. Maybe called a no-hitter or two.
Boy, that was
wow.
That's some anti-Matt sentiment.
We're just killing Matt Vasgersian.
Goodness gracious. This, of course, is the pitch-by-pitch earlier with the matchup of Pablo Sandoval.
Fastball down, and then the changeup. That got his attention in. He got a generous call there for a strike. That makes him chase that pitch there and strike out.
Chaz Roberts, cool play. All eyes on Pablo Sandoval.
Gas upstairs and by Sandoval, who didn't swing very hard at that one. So you think Matt Vasgersian could help us with our trivia question, Darren? Wow. I promise not to mention that name again.
The 0-1. Come on. Baseball's host, Matt Vasgersian. My goodness. Leave the guy alone. 1-1 the count. Anyway, he's watching today.
It's good to have him watching. Pitch to Donovan McNabb, misses outside. Oh, I'm sorry, Pablo Sandoval.
3-1 the count. Where in the world is Todd Walsh? There's a strike to Sandoval. I've taken a couple of pitches.
That's another fastball. He's not agreeing with that outside fastball. Trust me, Jerry Lane's going to keep calling it. If you keep throwing it there, they're going to come inside this time.
Look at that take. Just to finish with a quick thought here, Matt just sent another note. He says he's disappointed in the truck. Thanks us for the shout outs. You want to say hello to the governor, Greg Schulte.
Did he? Tight knit. The governor and Matt Vasgersian.
Three and two the count with 2 outs on the man his teammates call Kung Fu Panda. I know one of your favorite nicknames.
Having quite the battle here is Sandoval and Max Scherzer. Up and coming young hammer offensive player and up and coming power pitcher. This is one of those you're going to be excited to see for years to come, these two.
Because you know most every offering will be wailed at. And Max
every offer will be hard.
Is going to rear back 3-2. He walked. Look at the pride in that walk, by the way. That's not a walk, that's a jog. Very proud of the fact that he walked.
Well, as he should be.
So far this year, this young slugger, Pablo Sandoval, has 199 at-bats coming in. That is walk number 11. 3 of them have been intentional. 8 walks and 200 at-bats.
Good pitch to the outside corner there from Max. So I want to get back to the trivia question, Darren. We've got Nolan Ryan and we've got Randy Johnson. There's 2 more, right?
Yes, Dennis Martinez.
Didn't you already guess that once? Or maybe 4 times? Gas.
0-2 the count.
Oh, my partner. I think the old noggin might have spent some time down in the water treatment plant this morning.
That got me off on the right foot, though.
That's good.
They play him the other way in the outfield, straight up on the infield. The 0-2 runner goes, doesn't matter. Change up there.
Matt Vasgersian.
Chris Young has brought his A game to center field today. Arizona leads it 1. One to nothing the score. This is the inning as Chris Snyder digs in. Snyder with enough power to drive the ball into a gap and out of here, or you hope. And if he does, the Gila River Casino's hit and win sign in the 4th inning. I love the dual signs.
Do you?
Oh, boy. A lucky fan watching today will win today's jackpot of $330,000. Susan Hunt is our contestant. Susan, good luck. Visit dbacks.com/hit-and-win or winhila.com for more information. One and one. Camp day at the ballpark. Kids everywhere in their bright colored shirts as that one is high and away. The City of Peoria Recreation Sensational Summer Camp, Kids Zone, Arch Club at DC Ranch, the Boys and Girls Club of Northern Arizona, and Greater Scottsdale, their Boys and Girls Club as well. We'll mention groups as we go along. The 2-1. 2-2 the camp. Summer camp always beats summer school, doesn't it?
Without a doubt. Anymore with summer camps, though, Darren, it's almost like 2-1. You get the activities, but they're also doing like scholarly stuff.
Grow the brain a bit.
Yeah.
That's good.
So they're active. They're doing all kinds of outdoorsy stuff, keeping themselves fit, but also doing some classroom stuff as that was just foul down the left field line. Chris Snyder just missing a leadoff double.
The Dysart Unified Summer Camp is here. Hearn Academy, Blackstone Country Club, Scottsdale Community Schools.
Yeah, right there.
Helping.
Juan Uribe helping Todd Tishner out. Young looking guy there, Todd Tishner.
2-2.
Good pitch.
Boy, he poured that one in there. All right, this is the question that
Center fielder
we really, we struggled with. Truth be told, we got Nolan Ryan and Randy Johnson. And I know we'll be disappointed when we see the other answers. Players to throw a no-hitter after the age of 40 years old. Oh, Warren Spahn and Cy Young as well.
Yeah, I was alive.
You didn't play with Spahny?
No.
Oh, I thought that.
No.
The 0-1. That's high.
Cy Young. Didn't they name an award after him?
It's called the Cy Young Award.
Okay, that's right.
And they give it to the best pitcher. He was a pitcher. Won 511 games.
511 games.
Yet never won the Cy Young Award.
When did they start? Could he just say, like, okay, I'm the best pitcher? And like kind of give it to himself?
I think so.
That was back before you had numbers and things like that, too, on the back of the uniform, wasn't it?
Yes. Started with the early Yankees clubs. And the number was by your spot in the lineup, Mark Grace. Maybe a summer camp kind of thing to learn. Chris Young, let's see. His summer camp has started today, a double and a walk. And just trying to slowly break out of what has been a tough year. He's not there yet, certainly not. Had some positive steps in San Diego. Right at the knees, and it's a strike. 0-1 the count to Augie. 34 stolen bases against Sanchez in his career. Just 7 thrown out. So for a left-hander, 17% means that if you're Chris Young and you find the right time, get going. A very average move there. As a matter of fact, we saw Roberts aggressively take off yesterday, so much so that he was simply testing Sandoval's ability to throw the ball. Picked over to first, Sandoval. I don't think he would have thrown him out. Dropped the ball, though. That bat breaks. That's a foul
javelin went rifling right at the Diamondback dugout. Fortunately, it didn't reach. So everybody's okay. That almost get our cameraman. Mickey, look out! Goodness. You okay down there, Mick? Okay, he's okay. Mick's tough.
He knows all the secrets, too. Down there right by the dugout. Oh, the stories Mickey could tell. Of course, his mic is off today, so we won't hear any of it.
He probably knows when the hit and run's going to be on.
Oh, you bet. Remember Randy got the gum toss at Mickey last year?
Was that Mickey that he got?
Oh, that was nice. You see, he was just talking into the mic.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Tell Darren he's a fabulous play-by-play announcer."
You know what? I could read his lips.
That one is outside.
He
2
did
and 2.
say that.
Appreciate that, Mickey. Young still staying put. As we told you, he's a guy you can run on. He has given up 5 stolen bases this year. No one's been thrown out, and the secondary catcher's behind the plate. That one is high. Ball 3.
Now you kind of have to go here, don't you, Darren Sutton?
Get it going.
Yeah,
I know
you gotta
Max
be
is on
running here.
deck, and if he took off, that may just have Augie on. But there's just one out.
Yeah, but a double play also.
That's exactly right.
So I think you're going to see Chris Young on the move here and see if Augie can make it a 1st and 3rd situation.
Popped foul right back in front of us. Good effort there, Mark Grace.
Just missed it.
Three and 2, 1 out.
By the way, Chris Young was not on the move last pitch.
He was staying put.
And ball 4, back-to-back walks. Here for the Diamondbacks, Jonathan Sanchez, a couple of times now, proving that if you're patient with him and you take a couple of pitches, he's prone to putting you on base. So 2 free passes. Going to set up Max Scherzer for a sacrifice situation. This is just when you have to make an opposing pitcher pay a dear price, Darren. You just have to. They give you free base runners. You got to make him pay.
One to nothing. The Diamondbacks lead it on Justin Upton's home run. Taking an early look just in case.
Well, Chris Young is not afraid to steal 3rd. He has 0 fear out there.
Sanchez in his career has given up 6 stolen bases of 3rd without ever having one thrown out. Bunting, and it's in. 1-0 the count. Max 1 sacrifice bunt in his career in 33 at bats.
Ball 2. So Sanchez having trouble finding the strike zone now. And that's going to require a visit from Dave Righetti, the pitching coach. Darren, you were a pitcher that would probably occasionally, I guess all pitchers go through bouts of wildness. What's the pitching coach coming out and telling you in these situations?
Set up behind the plate, set up right down the middle of the plate, and hit him right in the chest. Simplify your mechanics. Sometimes if he notices something mechanically, stay on top of that rubber a little more. Take a deep breath when you lift that leg to go home.
I'm sure every coach is different on what they're going to tell you.
Absolutely, and most of the time, the last thing you want to do, you know, it's part of his game that he's working on, is to come out and belittle him.
Right.
He already knows he's not throwing strikes, and he knows it's the pitcher.
Yeah, hitting coaches are all very different as well. And there's a strike, and there's a pop-up, and that is a poorly executed bunt there, and that hurts. So he's not able to help himself. Now the hitting coach, Jeff Pentland, ASU guy. As you see, the barrel of the bat dips, pops it straight in the air. He's one of those guys, if you had a bad game, you'd be sitting at your locker not happy about things, and he'd come up, sit down, put an arm around you, maybe hand you a beverage and say, "Boy, you really stunk today." Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Yeah, didn't really know that until you let me know.
There goes Chris Young the third to throw. That is now 7 for 7 against Sanchez on the mound. He took advantage. They were unable to move him up. As you said, Gracie, not afraid to steal third. He just did it.
Well, there's the sacrifice now by Max Scherzer.
Ojeda followed to second.
Well, a good jump there. The high throw allows Young to easily get in there. Ojeda following on the back end now, so it is second and third, and a 1-0 count on Ryan Roberts. Time to make Sanchez pay for a couple of walks if you're Ryan Roberts. And also, the attitude in the batter's box now is, you know what? These base runners just took care of me. They really took care of me by moving up 90 feet. Now it's my job to take care of them, drive them in, put a run scored on their book.
Well, he's got the count to do it now. Hitters count 2-0. Popped it up. Unable to pick up those runs. Diamondbacks, thanks to Justin Upton only. Next to go to work with 63 pitches. Scherzer on the mound. His club leads at 1-0. An empty inning offensively. Max will tell you that he wasn't able to get his job done, though. A couple of stolen bases in front. Good pitch. Fastball in. Is it one pitch, one out? Oh, it is. Let's take a ride on out to our Ride Now Power Sports Pool Camp. Don't forget, taking a visit out there earlier was Justin Upton with his home run. Our folks all having a great time out there. Well, I miss it out there, Gracie. It's been a long time since we've been out there to do the game earlier this year.
Very memorable.
It was a loss, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a loss, and you kind of were. Well, you weren't a loser. You were a winner in the poll. The fans voted for you.
Yeah, I was very offended by that as well, fans.
To take a dip. You did. And
my mom's friend used to babysit you. Guess who?
Babysit me?
Guess who? My mom's friend.
Boy. Well, that doesn't really.
You remember any names of babysitters?
Well, yeah, but they weren't my mom's friend. Mom was significantly
her mom's friend. Her mom's friend.
I thought it was my mom's friend. She used to babysit me. That was Captain Third.
That was a slider there that he picked on, and he rolls out.
Her mom's friend. Well, I used to babysit me. Okay, I just finished up with babysitters about 5 years ago, so. All right. I got an idea. I bet it's Matt Vasgersian.
I told you not to say that name.
Man.
Baseball's best host anymore.
I can't even sneak one by anymore.
No. I don't know why you did. 0-1 the count to Emmanuel Burris.
Matt, he was tough. He gave me tough love when he was babysitting me.
The 0-1. Bouncing ball, and it's a foul ball. 0-2 the count. Now, I guess my question is, that's a great sign, and I don't know if I've told you since I got this job a few years ago, we need more signs at the ball game. Which brings me to that.
You know, I'm glad you finally decided that you need to come out and tell these folks, because I think they need to be reminded.
Well, they need to be marked gray signs.
Well,
Justin Upton signs are great as well. But I guess going back to the point I was making, if you have a great sign like that talks about, some tie through a family friend and tying into you, is the answer on the back?
Yeah, I was going to say.
It says guess who.
Otherwise,
the sign's no good if the answer's not on the back.
Guessing all night.
The 0-2.
So if you know that fine lady with that sign, go ahead and give her a text or a call and have her write it down, whoever it was.
Welcome.
Oh, well, congratulations. Good to have you.
There she is. As that one bounces in there. 1-2 the count. Well, so far from Max, 9 pitches in this inning. He gets upwards of 18 an inning when he is on that high average. 12, 13, 14, just fine for him. The 1-2. That's a 10-pitch inning, by the way. A 10-pitch inning for Max. Mark Grace, that's more like it. FreeCreditReport.com. Know your score. Well, some fun games, obviously. Miguel Tejada, bottom of the ninth inning, Cubs and Astros. He and the Astros coming to town for the weekend, hitting .420 is Tejada over his last 29 games. Zach Greinke gets to start. And, of course, the Yankees and the Red Sox, Fenway Park. And Boston has won 8 straight against New York. Bouncing ball. You know what, I think of Fenway Park, and for a one-pitch out for Eric Burns, I got to get to a key to the game, Mark Grace. This one is for you. We were thinking about it before the game. Our key to the game, brought to you by Arrowhead, Brown & Brown, Chevy Superstition Springs. Hit him with the pizza. That's for you, my friend.
Oh, my goodness. There it is. Hit him with the pizza. That was, I still.
We were debating what to do today, and when your club's struggling, on the verge of getting swept, and you want to keep it light for your analyst, want to have him enjoying what he sees, we thought, you know what?
That's one of my.
Why not?
One of my favorites.
Show him this.
There he is. Bang! I wonder what could have made him.
Was that in 08, early 08?
I think that was
or
at
was
least
it
a
07?
couple of years
Okay.
ago. And it was obviously a chilly day in Boston. And that was Garrett Anderson going over and getting a little beer spilled, and then bang with the pizza right upside the guy's shoulder and neck.
What a great memory. So that's our key to the game.
Hit him with the pizza. I can't think of a better one. Justin Upton getting pitched to very carefully.
3-1 to count. Folks, we came up with it together and wanted to surprise Gracie. He saw just a little sneak preview in one of our monitors earlier. And Justin Upton has seen a boatload of sneak previews. And you talked about it. Eric Burns very aggressive in this game. Justin Upton on the flip side. And again, there's the sauce all over the jacket.
Yeah, the sauce right there in the pizza shape. And did he know who whopped him upside the neck and face with the pizza?
I don't think he did.
Boy. At first you thought that maybe they were throwing it at Garrett Anderson.
That's what I thought.
But I think the guy.
Maybe he didn't like that guy.
I think he was true to his mark.
Justin driven back to the bag. How about Justin Upton, by the way, Gracie? We talked about that .514 batting average. The third time he sees a pitcher, he earned himself a walk.
Well, after the long home run, Sanchez was very careful with him. Man went up and in on Stephen Drew and fouled it back.
Take off, Justin Upton. Go ahead.
You giving him the steal sign?
He's got 8 stolen bases. This is a guy you can steal on.
Justin Upton's been swinging so well. Love to get a runner in scoring position. Good solid lead there.
There he goes.
Good jump.
The throw, stolen base, Justin Upton.
I'll tell you what, you are something else, dear. You just tell these guys what to do, and they just flat out do it, huh? That's impressive.
It's my 3rd year here.
Great jump there. He peeks in. Good job of taking the pitch by Stephen Drew. Slider down and away. And pretty good throw there from Whiteside, but Justin Upton just easily outruns it.
MLB.com. Jesse Sanchez stopped by and he was asking earlier who are the fastest guys in baseball. They're doing a survey, so check it out if you can find it.
Who do you think is?
I think you helped me because I was rocking my brain back and forth a bit. And I got stuck with Upton a lot. For me, he's maybe the fastest right-handed hitter. One of the fastest right-handed hitters coming out of the box.
I'll tell you another one is his brother, BJ.
That's exactly right.
He might be fast. He might be easily as fast.
I couldn't get beyond Upton. Just watching him play every day. Good pitch. But you, I think, nailed it, and so we went with Emilio Bonifacio.
I think just as far as pure speed, yes. As far as baseball speed, stolen bases and the whatnot. You know, Juan Pierre, stolen base-wise, so fast.
Oh, good pitch in on his hand. Sanchez turns and lobs it over to first. So Drew, he's been handled today by the lefty. Here's our Quest high-speed internet, high-speed pitch tracker. Max Scherzer reaching 96 miles an hour. Jonathan Sanchez 92.
Speaking of fast, you know who else is very fast in the National League West? Matt Kemp.
Oh, you're right.
Los Angeles Dodgers can fly.
And he's a big guy like Justin.
Exactly. I mean, once he gets it going, he is rolling.
Those are guys that have that fullback speed coming out of the backfield. Once they get going, you want to get out of their way.
Yeah, there's a lot of NFL defensive backs that are very glad that Justin Upton decided to play baseball instead of be a tailback. So I think he'd be a heck of a tailback. And with his attitude, too, you know, he's got that edge about him. I think he would really enjoy hurting people on the football field, don't you?
Oh, I think he would. I'm looking forward to seeing he and David Ross get to know one another.
Yeah, wasn't much to it. We might have a scrap here.
Speaking of.
Give me my hat. Yep, we're going to have a scrap.
The 1-1.
Oh, yep. I think it might just be a hockey term, a line brawl. You a hockey fan? You ever seen a line brawl?
I have seen a line brawl.
Those are big league.
In a minor league hockey game.
They don't end.
Which it didn't. The 2-1. The pitch is high, 3-1 to count.
Reynolds laying off a couple of high fastballs. He struck out his last at bat, chasing the elevated fastballs. He's making the adjustment this at bat by laying off of them. And Sanchez another 3-ball count.
Hey, stop that, kids.
All right, that's enough. Counselor right there. Yep, that's enough.
Hitters count 3-1. It's high, ball 4. He's earned himself a walk.
2 more walks this inning, Darren. Who's going to be the hitter that makes Jonathan Sanchez pay?
We were talking about hitting him with the pizza. I want to thank our good friends from the Arizona Baseball Club, the ABC Club. They sent us, there's not much left. They sent us some sliders up here, snack time, day baseball. Don't forget, by the way, about some of the goodies we crushed them.
Pretty good.
Happy hour, 1 hour prior to the first pitch of every game at the ABC Club. Mini burgers $1 each. Domestic drafts $4. Go see them up there. The Arizona Baseball Club, a great destination out there in right field. Step off, it is said, and he does. After Justin scampers back to the bag. That wasn't a very appealing shot since we had pretty much demolished a tray of sliders.
I was going to say.
Happy hour at the ball game. That's big one. Pick off. Throw. Got him. Mark Reynolds picked off.
Well, it's just can't happen. Over-aggressive base runner. You can see he is easily out. And that is just a super play by Whiteside and Sandoval. And Sanchez is out there walking the park, and he gets a free out without having to throw the pitch. Well, that is fabulous.
Sandoval over talking with the regular catcher, Benji Molina. How does the catcher know you're going there? Because you can't just go in there and expect to throw.
No, there's a sign for it. Damian Miller, a catcher here, he didn't like doing it. I'd like to put the play on and try to get a free out. Damian didn't like to make the throw, but Rod Barajas loved to make the throw, and it was just simple. You look in, you get his attention. And I would just give him that. I'll do it because of the microphone, but just right here, and if he'd look at me, try to get my attention, just give me that. That's it right there. But you had to get it in return. If you didn't get it in return, so both of us would have to look each other, see it, kind of wipe, just like you're wiping your chin with your shoulder. That was it, and that was that play. And it can get you out of a lot of scrapes, just like it did for the Giants.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
Little nonverbal communication. And so the man who plays the position today, you saw over his shoulder the strikeout of Emmanuel Burris. But that's Whiteside, the man who delivered the strike. And again, we're talking about a guy that, and it's kind of fun if you think about it. If you listened last night, we talked about Pablo Sandoval, and we talked about bad ball hitters coming on the air, like Pablo Sandoval, how successful ones really don't exist. They're almost non-existent. The Yogi Berras, the Vlad Guerreras, the Sandovals. We told the story about early in his baseball amateur career as a youngster, little leaguer, a T-baller, a coach pitch guy. He wanted to hit and then go sit by his mom.
Yeah.
But he just made a play with his glove. And it wasn't pretty.
Well, it doesn't have to be.
That's exactly right.
It was effective. And it got his pitcher out of a nasty scrape.
This is moments before Whiteside gives a sign.
And that's what you're going to get. Usually a fastball away, something to throw on.
Tapped that shin guard and swiped at the dirt, whether that was Snyder. Oh, boy, got a piece of him there.
I think he got that on the throwing shoulder there, or the throwing elbow, something like that. Ouch. That gear doesn't protect 100% of you.
That's great. I have a foul ball, Dad. My first one. Hot shot, fair ball, down the line it goes. And a double for Aaron Rowan. Hope Linda Newman's okay. It got on her quickly. Had a hard time getting out of the way.
Well, I think she tried to make the play. She just fanned on it. But she's fine. And it's a one-out double. A hanging change up here from Max. Rowan does what you're supposed to do. Wow. Just get a little hug from the security over there. I think that ball certainly made contact. It was ruled that the ball wasn't dead. It was still alive. But it's a double anyway.
That pitch is in. The Diamondbacks, by the way, to finish the thought on Mark Reynolds. Picks off 5 times now, second most in the big leagues to Florida 6.
And this is the first time the Giants have had a runner as far as second base here this afternoon.
Max still at 84 pitches. Is that one just off the plate?
Pretty good pitch.
Having to continue to pitch without runners in scoring position and to pitch a flawless game. 1 run of support for Max.
Well, and lots of opportunities.
Arizona stranded 7.
7, and that doesn't count the one that got picked off. Change up 2-0. Got the swing and miss. That one stayed up in the zone as well, Darren, but just the change of speed was enough to get Sherholtz to swing through it.
Boyd in the fastball right after, couldn't do anything with it.
Big time pitch right there.
Time to take a look up high at our APS rooftop solar cam.
Third baseman Juan Uribe.
Reminding you to install solar panels on top of your roof. If you are able this summer, take advantage of Arizona's sunshine. Go green. Juan Uribe, 0 for 2. Oh, this pop foul, just 2 hits allowed by Max through 6.
Both of them from Aaron Rowan. He was reared back and threw a fastball right by Uribe, who was tardy. He's just a dangerous guy in this situation. He's gotten a lot of big hits in his career, has Uribe.
And those numbers back it up. That is career.
He's also a guy in this situation. You can get him to chase out of the zone. You don't necessarily have to throw him strikes. And he went right down the middle, poured a fastball in there at 94 and beat him again.
.23-year-old right-hander, St. Louis born. Went to Missouri. Just wrapping up the draft here in Major League Baseball. He was the number 11 overall pick 3 years ago. That's what you're talking about. Nearly went after it.
He wanted to. He didn't. I think if you can execute maybe the slider or the changeup down and away, you could probably get the swinging strike 3.
Max Scherzer with the 2-2. High fly, left field. Eric Burns going back. He squares up because he's got room. He leaves him straight, and Max Scherzer does. 6 innings in the book and a manageable pitch count. Dominating stuff. 6 innings of shutout baseball. The only run in the game, another young gun. Just enough, and you're basically seeing the future of the franchise. And Upton and Scherzer. Oh, there has been a little bit of help, and Chris Young playing a nice center field as well. So that is the story for Max Scherzer, completing those 6 shutout innings, 92 pitches.
And you can see there on your graphic, Sanchez has been able to pitch around 6 walks. 6.
Chris Snyder flies out. It's actually going to be his own bat boy as he trots back in, picks up his bat. Sometimes on at bats like that, you feel like just getting your own stuff.
Well, that usually means that bat is probably going to be in more than one piece here relatively soon.
Oh, okay. He's Batman. He's bat breaker, is what you're saying.
Well, I've been my own bat boy before.
Let me take this one with me here.
Yeah,
down the
I
steps.
got this one. You just stay away from it, young man. That's what you're telling the bat boy. I got this one.
I remember when I used to be in those shoes of the young man who would grab the bat and do that in the big leagues. Brian Downing was one if he wanted to get the bat, go ahead.
They used to call him Hulk.
Do you remember him?
Oh yeah.
He looked like he could lift this stadium.
You know, he was one of the first guys in baseball to ever really start, significantly a big guy that lifted a lot of weights. That was back when weight training back in the 70s, and it was considered, it's going to bound you up and you're not going to be free and easy to the ball. Boy, he disproved that. He was a giant.
Stood right on top of the plate. Would swing hard, intense.
Big old telephone pole sticking out of his sleeves.
I mean, the epitome of the word intense. He caught some, played in the outfield, DH'd. Go ahead, take that bat if you'd like to, Mr. Downey. That's when they started putting those spare tires attached to the walls in the bottom of tunnels.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I'm sure there was a little angst let out on that bat.
It's good insight right there, though. Now I know why that happened. That one spanked down the line in the left. Off the glove of Lewis. Young racing on around. Into second he goes for Chris Young. A pair of doubles and a walk. And he needed a day like this. Promise you, he needed a day like this.
And a couple of sparkling plays in center as well. Chris Young had a very rough night last night. Gets a fastball in the middle of the plate and drills it down the left field line. A great effort out there by Fred Lewis in left field. But just off the glove it goes, and runner in scoring position now for Augie Ojeda.
And when you get to the point Chris Young is at, June baseball, not April or May, and you're still struggling at about 170, nothing's guaranteed your next day or days here in the big leagues. And so days like this, very good for a man who a couple of years ago was able to contribute at a much larger scale.
Let's see if Augie Ojeda can get him chanting here. Good change up, drops in there for strike one.
I hear the campers chanting "Let's go D-backs." I don't hear any Augie, Augie, Augie. Oi, oi, oi. They're just cleaning hot dogs out of their teeth. The 0-1.
Another good pitch. Augie takes that one again.
And our good friend Jim Weber is not here. One of the good friends of the show, part of the ownership group for the Diamondbacks. He always starts that chant down below.
Does he?
Oh, and he's not down there.
Jimmy? He's not down. Well, that's probably why we don't hear it. Jimmy doesn't have his sign.
He's crazy. Bouncing ball to the right side. There's a runner at third base. There are 2 outs. And now Max Scherzer will hit for himself.
Pitcher Max Scherzer.
Max has 6 hits this season, third highest total in the National League as he takes away. Whiteside wasn't sure he just caught that ball, by the way.
Well, that's the thing about Augie Ojeda made the out, but the runner goes to third, and Sanchez has already had a wild pitch or two today. So Whiteside's going to have to block it up. Chris Young trying to maybe get a little goofy out there. He's trying to get him to balk. Yeah, he might have upset him a little bit. That was almost a pitch out there from Sanchez.
Because he rushed to the plate, correct?
That's an exciting play. The legitimate steal of home. Tough to do when a pitcher's out of the stretch. Gas.
Last steal of home, I remember it. It wasn't a true steal of home. A double steal was Chris Young at Atlanta.
Yeah, that's different when you got a first and third and the throw goes down to second and you steal home. I'm talking just like this. Just all of a sudden take off. Ball 3.
Jacoby Ellsbury did it earlier this year, I think.
Yes, he did. We saw it attempted up in San Francisco. Emmanuel Burris tried to steal home, and
Benji Molina was hitting.
Benji Molina was hitting, and he was out by 47 feet.
Benji, their best clutch hitter.
Yeah.
That one is fouled off. That one left you scratching your head. Almost like a couple of days ago. And we love this young man, but the Padres rallying, trying to get back into a game. Adrian Gonzalez about to hit on a walk. Tony Gwynn Jr. trying to steal third.
Down 5 runs in the 8th. Well, Max hanging tough.
Well, he's going to drive this run in. You just sit tight, folks.
Nice grab down there. Brought his glove to the yard.
Look at that. Oh, Giants fan at the baseball. It's all right. Our director's a Giants fan. 3-2, 2 outs. There we go.
Battling.
.105 pitches for the left-hander. Here we go.
Ball 4.
How about that?
What an at-bat. That is walk number 7 for Jonathan Sanchez. And Bruce Bochy says that's going to be your last walk of the afternoon.
7-pitch at bat by Max Scherzer.
Yeah, been dodging bullets all day as Sanchez. Bochy's going to go to his pen.
It's time to make him pay, and let's see if they can do so against former Diamondback Brandon Meadows. Keep those hands clean, too. Always wash those hands. Sunday at Chase Field, kids only. The first 5,000 kids to this Sunday's June 14th game receive a Baxter soap dispenser. There it is, Mark Grace. What do you think of that?
I think it's absolutely perfect for my kids. I need two.
602-514-8400 this Sunday. Visit dbacks.com/tickets. Here's the good news for Mark Grace. He'll be home on Sunday.
Yes. So I'll be able to get that. Now, can you pull the head off of Baxter there? Because that's usually what my kids do with the bobbleheads.
No.
Okay, good.
Metters to Roberts. Good looking breaking ball for strike one. Been a nice year for him. He has found another organization, another home, and shown himself very nicely. Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen. That one is belted deep field, and he got it off the end of the bat, though. Thought he got it, didn't. In the left, Roberts is erased. Metters gets it done. Another step last night. That cost a couple of runs. Jack in the box. Think outside the box. Well, today is a new day. And when you struggle in the big leagues, you love the fact that you have a chance about 12 hours later to do it again.
A couple of doubles today, a couple of terrific catches. Unfortunately, that's about all the highlights. Justin Upton, a solo shot, and that's been the offense here this afternoon. Max Scherzer been dominant. Jonathan Sanchez on the other end, not as dominant. Base runners everywhere via the walk. For only one run. Gas right by Pablo Sandoval, up and away.
The free swinger, and the count is 0-1. This season, 79% of the time he swings at balls out of the zone. He makes some sort of contact, fair or foul. Like that.
Max Scherzer just poured that one right down the middle, and he beat Sandoval with it.
And 9 times out of 10 when he swings at strikes, he also makes contact. This is a guy that has been manhandled a bit by Max. Matchup has gone the way of Scherzer. I say that carefully so far.
I was going to say, you never count out a guy like Sandoval, because just when you think you've got him set up for something, this is a guy you can't set him up with anything. He's just see ball, hit ball. That's a good changeup, and he's able to scrape it foul. You know, that was as good a changeup as Max can throw, right at the bottom of the shoe tops. 9 out of 10 times that changeup in that location is going to be swung on and missed. Sandoval's able to spoil it and get another chance. That's gas, maybe a couple inches outside. At 95 miles an hour, he's able to spoil it.
Well, just seen it right there. We told you 8 out of every 10 pitches that are balls that he swings at, he makes some sort of contact. 1-2. So they'll try up and out. Did he? He did not go around.
Let's see what we think here. Did Kung Fu Panda go? No, he did not.
Pitch number 99.
Got it. Up and in, right by him.
You bet.
That'll make the boss happy too, won't it? Max Scherzer.
Been a fun battle between these two today. Max has won it so far.
There's the gas away. Strike 2. Now the fun starts. Miss with a changeup. A good changeup foul. A good fastball foul. I didn't go. Now let's come inside and throw it right by you. Boy, Max Scherzer throwing hard here in the 7th inning. You're getting a lot of swings and misses on the fastball here. He's got 6 strikeouts. Oh, what a pitch. What a pitch.
Goodness gracious. Gets the outside corner. 0-2 the count to Lewis. Max has only completed 7 innings once in 18 major league starts. It was 3 starts ago against San Diego. The 0-2.
96. There's still plenty of gas in the tank at 102 pitches.
BYOB.
Whoa. We got to get together this afternoon? I'll stop by the store.
Be your own bullpen.
Oh, well, that's a pretty good start. Look out, Max. One of those maple bats got him. That's twice Max has been hit by a shrapnel maple bat.
Shortstop Kevin Franson.
It always gives me an opportunity to get on my high horse about getting rid of the maple bats. Here's Max. Watch out, Max. Oh, attaboy. Athletic. I'm telling you, it's one thing to get a pitcher or a player hurt, but unfortunately it's going to take a fan to get hurt and hurt badly for Major League Baseball to put it into those doggone maple bats.
Well, you hate to think about, even in a case like a pitcher out there, just sticking in a leg of a pitcher.
Oh, what a slider there. Look at Max Scherzer here in the 7th inning. Very impressive, Darren.
His own setup man.
So far.
1-1 the count. Topper to third. Get up there. Get it for him. He deserves it. You bet. Nice play, Ryan Roberts. And a fabulous outing by Max Scherzer. He did 105, 106. Let him keep pitching.
55 players that we've selected. We're excited about having the opportunity to get them all. Really good times in our draft room. It's been an exciting 3 days.
And he's going to be our guest on Quest D-Backs Live. And I know you've got a surprise for us. Tell me that.
No, absolutely. We've got a few stories about players that were taken today. We have one that has special ties to our Major League current roster.
Great stuff. Looking forward to that. And as we send you back to the booth, still time to text. We're talking about what player are you most looking forward to seeing the D-backs play in the coming weeks. So we're here after the game talking all about the draft. Guys, we'll see you soon.
Well, back to the action. Thank you, guys. The ball is dumped into right field. It's a base hit for Eric Burns. It's the 8th pitch he has seen on the day. And for Burns, he finally finds some reward, and then it's booted out there by Shearholtz.
Yeah, Shearholtz, it's got some spin on it. He overruns it. And that'll go as an error, so Eric Burns a base hit. And then an error gets him to second base. The Diamondbacks really need to tack on here, Darren Sutton.
You can see the bull that they were talking about continue to text Tejada, Greinke Jr., or Ichiro, A, B, C, or D, to 74499. I would imagine fans of the other teams, Houston, Kansas City, and Seattle, excited to see this man hit, Justin Upton. They've heard about him like we have heard about Zach Greinke. We're excited to see him hit right now.
Yeah, he's just, after the first few days of this season, he has just blossomed. He's been the difference so far today with a solo shot. That has been it. All right, Darren Sutton, you've got your quote-unquote star hitter at the plate. Are you looking for him to shoot the ball to the right side, or are you just looking for him to hit?
Drive the run in.
So go ahead and pull the ball. Not a problem.
Yes.
Okay.
Drive the run in.
Gotcha.
You? I need to know if I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong. It's just what you believe.
What do you believe?
I like getting him over to third base.
How about then drive it to the right side?
I'm not saying bunt.
Right. Or hit an easy ground ball and give yourself up.
I'm saying find a way to get him to third base.
Well, you hope the older he gets, the more time served, it becomes ingrained and easy for him to do with that athletic ability.
And he's a guy that uses the big part of the park, well, naturally anyway. But what you want to guard against is thinking home run and ending up with the strikeout. There's the home run.
How about going the other way like that? Yeah. Is that okay?
Well, of course it is. what I'm saying is, I just like the mindset. If I'm Justin Upton in the mindset, after this at bat, the worst thing is going to be Eric Burns is going to be standing on third.
Gotcha. There's 2 strikes now. Maybe he can pull that off.
One more run would be paramount right here.
Hitless in 9 at bats with runners in scoring position today.
Yeah, they've been out there all day. Look out, Justin. Randy Metters sending a message there, 2-2. That's a good way to get Justin Upton to hit something hard off of you. Just buzz his tower like that. Justin doesn't like those flybys.
(3-2). Right back through the box. RBI single. He doesn't like it, and he knows how to answer back. 2-0 Diamondbacks. You throw it at me, I hit it at you.
Now Justin not only uses the big part of the park, he gets him over and in. A breaking ball, he stays back right through the wickets. And into center field it goes. Great effort there by Burris. Golly, you think he doesn't want it. Burns scores easily. Boy, huge tack-on run there. And Justin Upton, yeah, go ahead and throw me a chin ball again. Now you're thinking, man, now you pile on. He's got the steal sign, folks. Brandon Metters, semi-slow to the plate as well, Darren. A guy that the good base runners can take one on.
14-game hitting streak hanging in the balance. He is 0 for 3, Stephen Drew. Sanchez had his number, didn't he? Really did.
Well, he threw Steven some tough pitches. But got one more at bat at least to do some damage.
The 1-0. Off speed, stayed up above the belt, 2-0.
And it's also another big picture thing. We talk about it all the time. It's not always a bad idea to throw in a lefty against a lefty, because lefties need to see lefties. They need to see left-handed breaking balls to keep them right. Even if you make a couple outs, the big picture is it's going to make them better towards the end of the game and on through the season. You need to see right-handers need to see right-handers. Left-handers need to see left-handers to keep them from forming bad habits. Does that make sense?
Oh, you bet. The 3-0.
Yeah, that's a pitch around right there. He wanted no part of Stephen Drew.
Don't forget, by the way, browse from the largest selection of team gear, hats, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles. Get it straight from the source. Visit dbacks.com/shop. As a young ball player's kid, I learned the same thing you're talking about from a hitter by the name of Wally Joyner. Perhaps you remember that.
Right.
He talked about it a lot as a young broadcaster. Garrett Anderson used to talk about how he needed to see a left-hander to get him back on track against right-handers, Mark Grace.
Absolutely. I remember many times myself, Luis Gonzalez, Steve Finley. Sometimes you just go through a week where we'd never see a lefty. And I remember telling Dwayne Murphy or Bob Brindley, whoever it was, the hitting coach, and man, when are we going to see a lefty? My front shoulder's starting to fly open. I'm getting too pull happy. I need a lefty out there to keep me honest. Keep that front shoulder closed. You never want to lose your opposite field.
Better spun up and eased back to the bag, and then a little fake throw had him on the dirt. So Drew will not extend that hitting streak, but you hope he gets maybe one more chance to hit with a big inning here and in the 8th. Not worried about that right now. Looking to add on. As the skipper says, tack on. That is a fly ball to right field. Pretty well struck. To the corner it goes, but it's foul.
Is he strong, Darren?
That's unbelievable.
He shanked that ball. He was tardy. He basically shanked it. And yet, it had home run distance.
Yet it was nearly a 3-run homer.
Exactly. That's how strong he is. That's why once he does square it up, he hits him so far.
No balls and 2 strikes. Got him. Good pitch, slow curveball, tantalizing, and Reynolds couldn't lay off.
Now that's where you want the 0-2 breaking ball, down in the dirt. The only thing you can do is try to lay off of it, but it just looks so good. That's a big out for Metters. I'll bet you we got a brand new bat for Chris Snyder. I'll bet you there's not a mark on that bat right now. Probably just out of the rack, because the other one's probably in a bunch of pieces. Yeah, it looks pretty new.
By the way, it's an ash bat, Mark Grace.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's a new bat. The other one, well, it suffered.
1-0 the count to Chris. He walked, he struck out, he flied to center field. 3 for 21 here in the month of June.
There's not a mark on that bat. It's brand new. When a player decides to be his own bat boy, yeah, BYOB. That means a broken bat.
That one is outside. And that's why, for me, this job is so much fun, because you do learn something every day. 18 years as a ball player's kid, now 10 as a broadcaster. I never had heard that, and I love that.
And when a guy decides to
Picks
use
up his own bat,
trust me, that bat's going to be crushed back in the
looking to
tunnel.
help the bat boy out.
Oh, yeah.
It's not about the bat boy. Runners go. The pitch is in. The throw down. They tag him out. He is called out at third base. Well, I look forward to seeing how that came together. It looked like he had gotten in there.
Well, there's no argument at all from Chip Hale. Justin Upton wasn't real happy with it. Nice throw here from Whiteside. Tough to tell from that angle. Well, if this hand would have ever touched the bag, watch the right hand. It never touches the bag. I think he's out. It's like he put the glove right down between the arms, but the right arm never touched the bag, Dan.
I tell you, that's a tough one for me.
Okay, what? I think it just
sure
raises
that
that
right
arm right there. The right arm never touches the bag.
We're sure of that, huh? All right. 3-1 the count.
So my point is, I think had Justin gone straight in and had both hands on the bag, if that right arm would have gotten to the base, I think he'd have been safe.
And so if we agree to disagree, which we do, and you have to look at it 4 times in slow-mo.
Yeah. I mean, is the glove making contact now? It's just tough to tell.
Yeah, because when the glove's making contact there, it looks like clearly left hand's on the back.
Yeah,
at that point.
And that angle, you can't see the right hand.
3-2, 2 outs. He got him. And it's ball 4 either way. All right, so let's see if they can cash in. The caught stealing, that tough to call, tough to umpire. And so hit by a batter. Here comes Dave Righetti.
So that is 10 free passes now for the Diamondbacks. 10. 8 walks, 2 hit batsmen.
Yeah, if that's the case, and that is, you have to finish this inning with more than 2 runs.
And
on the ball game.
Yeah, and on top of it, an error by the Giants has led to a run this inning. None of those free passes have scored yet. None. There's been a caught stealing in this at-bat. There's been a pickoff of Mark Reynolds. So let's see. Chris Young, who's had a terrific 7 innings so far. Let's see if he can really kick the door in here, get a big hit, and provide a little more insurance.
Breaking ball missed in, threw him a slider there.
And he's had a great game, has Chris Young.
Defensively, offensively, patience.
Yeah, it would only be fitting. And boy, talk about a kid that could use a great game.
To right field, pretty deep. Going back is Schuerholz. He's got it. Somehow he's got it. Laid it off to the side. Young gave it a ride. A couple of base runners stranded in an inning in which the Diamondbacks do score 1. Baseball brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They're ready when you are. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag, it's on. And by Blimpie, America's Sub Shop. Randy Wynn is called upon to pinch hit.
There's a little thunder on the bench today for Bruce Bochy and the Giants. And there we go, right out of the gate. A first pitch changeup from Max Scherzer, and bang, into center field it goes. So Max trying to go to uncharted ground here. Anything past 7.
Yeah, the 7-inning outing, his outing that he made, Max Scherzer. 3 starts ago. Now Rich Aurelia is called upon to pinch hit.
Well, you just hope that all those runners left on base, all those opportunities today, that Max Scherzer and or the bullpen finds a way to make it stand up. Justin Upton has been the offense today.
There we go. Bring that fastball in there.
He just reared back and went down the middle with it. Justin Upton's hit a solo shot and driven in another run with a single.
He's got Schoenweiss, left-hander, and Tony Pena, right-hander. Roberts flags it. There's one. There's 2. A double play. And Augie Ojeda got knocked into next week. Good hard baseball, clean baseball by Randy Wynn, and Augie hung in there.
Well, some impressive defense here from Ryan Roberts. Again, he ended the last inning with a great play, and now starts the double play. Augie hanging in there. Randy Wynn got a little elbow to the face just for good measure. But good hard baseball on both ends. And boy, what a huge double play ball for Max Scherzer.
This is now the longest outing of his major league career. 110 pitches. Benji Molina now pinch hits.
Gas. And he's just fine, Darren Sutton, at 95 miles an hour. For you, I mean, you're kind of a pitch count guy. I'm not.
With Max, I am because they are. Does that make sense?
Well, no, I'd like you to be your own man one time. I'd like you to be your own man one time. I'd like to ask you, because you grew up around a pitcher, one of the greatest of all time. In your mind, what is considered a lot of pitches for a starting pitcher? Pitch count.
A lot?
100? Is that the cutoff?
Not a lot. No, I would think, from what I know and from what I've learned my whole life, 110.
110 is starting to. Now you're starting to.
You're extending it now.
Now the tank's on maybe a quarter.
Yeah, you bet.
Or maybe less.
You
Got
bet.
About 110. Okay.
And the only reason I tend to mention it more with Max, like we were saying, is because it's something that it's talked about. Keep an eye on the pitches in the innings, and as that one is fouled off. But look at the point you're making. The point you're making about a lot left in the tank. 96 miles an hour, pitch number 113.
Pitch number 113. So it's because maybe in 5 days the arm won't bounce back very well. Is that the concern, or just worried about injury, period?
I think so. I think worried about injury, period.
And guys like Benji Molina that just keep fouling balls off.
There are some old school guys, I was raised by one,
right,
that will say if you set the bar low, then you'll reach the bar.
Gotcha.
If you set the bar high, you might not always get there, but you'll always be trying to grab it.
Well, Nolan Ryan was a pretty good pitcher, right?
You bet.
And he's now a decision maker for the Texas Rangers, team president, if I'm not mistaken. Texas Rangers doing pretty well this year, wouldn't you say? They're in first place in the National League, or in the American League West.
Having an incredible year.
And that is because Nolan Ryan has told. That got him? I guess it did.
Just got him.
Well, that hurts, because that brings up Aaron Rowand, who has 2 of the hits off of Max Scherzer.
Center fielder Aaron Rowand.
I guess it got him. I didn't see it, but well, anyway, the point is, I guess, and A.J. Hinch is going to come get Max Scherzer. And I'm going to tell my Nolan Ryan Texas Ranger story when we come back, because Max Scherzer deserves our undivided attention about how well he pitched today during seventh.
What an outing. The longest in his big league career. Pitches thrown, innings pitched, and a big role.
Game is a blessing for any manager or any club, but it's an attitude, it's an approach, it's a determination, and pitchers have that, and sometimes it takes guys in my spot to have the willpower to allow that, and you know, I would never want to deny somebody that.
Very well said, almost prophetically so by his manager, A.J. Hinch. That attitude today for Max Scherzer took him deeper than he's ever been into a game as Tony Pena goes to work.
7 2/3, 113 pitches. But we were talking about Nolan Ryan and the Texas Rangers. The Texas Rangers this year, because Nolan Ryan got his pitchers together, and Texas Rangers have had you'd have to say a poor pitching staff the last few years, wouldn't you say?
Very well known for it, yes.
Yes.
You see the numbers on Pena.
Well, Nolan Ryan said, by the way, you guys, if you think for 1 second that you can go 5 or 6 innings and think you threw a good game and just turn it over to the bullpen, well, those days are over now that I'm team president. You're gonna be your own bullpen. You're out there to extend and save the bullpen. Gas right by him, 2-0. Now it's 2-1. Well, anyway, the Texas Rangers, Darren, have 5 complete games this year. 5. Last year, the Texas Rangers had a total of 6 for the entire season. So it's a bit of an attitude adjustment over there in Texas. And I think slowly but surely, hopefully it's going to happen here. And it started with Max today. That was great to see.
Breaking ball lifted into left center field. Chris Young is there. They wear T-shirts in Texas, and Max certainly backed it up. And you told me about it, Mark Grace. They simply read, "Shut up and pitch." In-game box score, and you can see the damage done by Justin Upton. He's the offense. If you think of RBIs as offense, he has driven in both runs. Chris Young, though, we can't overlook him, has had a great day. And it's certainly been glad to see him defensively and offensively have a fine day. As Augie Ojeda gets ready to hit. Bobby Howry. He and Jeremy Affelt seem to get their name called about every day. Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen.
Now just a steady, tough country boy. Hard thrower. Nolan Ryan would like him. Give me the baseball. I'll pitch for you. I don't need a day.
Arizona guy, but an outdoors Arizona guy, Bobby Howry, likes bull riding. That's his favorite sport to watch besides baseball.
Well,
said he doesn't want to ride bulls.
Wait. He's way too big to be a bull rider.
He just likes to watch.
Oh, okay. Likes to watch.
Likes the rodeo and the bull riding. Yeah, I don't. He actually has said that I don't know that I'd ever want to try it.
Oh, I was going to say. You said you're saying his hobby's bull riding.
No.
Whoa, wait a minute.
It's like me. All other sports are my hobbies. Watching.
I was going to say, get this big old rascal on a bull, just squeeze his guts out.
1-1 the count. It's like up at Cave Creek, up at the Chip. They have bull riding up there.
Oh yeah.
Buffalo Chip. 1-2 the count.
There's a lot of those flying around at a bull riding event.
I like to head up there sometimes.
I've been up there. It's fun to watch that.
It's a good spot. Look forward to going. I've never been.
Refreshments are cold.
Yeah, I love going.
Didn't you say you just haven't been?
That's more of a walking hat. Fishing hat.
Gilligan. I love those hats.
It's a good day if we have a hat like that on.
I love a Gilligan hat.
That one is fouled off. You have a hat like that on, you're in for a good day.
What do you call those? Is that a fedora?
It's actually Jason Mraz, big pop singer. He's in attendance. Almost looks like TV Baseball's host Matt Vasgersian.
Matty was toasting us.
2-2 the count. Augie, did he just dump it in there with the dive? You bet. That was trapped. So Augie Ojeda, he picks up a base hit. He needed that. Augie, who had been hit by a pitch, walked but grounded out, was 0 for his last 15. So there's his first hit.
Yeah, Augie needed that. He got a change up, got it right off the end of the bat. Sherholtz gives it a great effort, but it's certainly caught on the short hop. And Augie's a leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
By the way, Randy Wynn is in center field, and Rich Aureli is at third base. Juan Uribe is at shortstop. Kevin Franzen is at second. Sorry about that to the guys in the truck. Felipe Lopez is the pitch hitter. Felipe, that one gets on by. He was just easing on into the bag, but he is handed a break. And that was not dug out there by Sandoval.
Additional defensive changes for San Francisco. Remaining in the game in center field, number 2, Randy Wynn. Remaining in the game.
That's Jeff Franzen now. He's moved over to second base. This is just as tailor-made as you can get here. The feed. Nobody really bearing down on him, but Sandoval can't come up with it because he'd rather hit. You see Lopez was in cruise control, but now he gets to second base with one out and turns the lineup over. So Sandoval couldn't come up with it. That'll be another error and another free 90 feet from the Giants today. Boy, there've been some opportunities today, Darren. 10 free passes and 2 errors. When I mean free pass, I mean either walks or hit by pitches. There's been 8 walks, 2 hit by pitches. Some wild pitches, some errors. And Diamondbacks just haven't cashed nearly enough of them in.
And that meant fortunate there. The 0-1. Over the top, see if they can cash in. Hey, by the way, congratulations to Tim Sherlock. He's son of Glenn Sherlock, our bullpen coach out of Duke. A 40th round pick by the Diamondbacks.
Congratulations.
That's exciting family news. There's a proud papa. That's great.
Looks like he's having a flashback.
Tom Allison will be in our post-game show, director of scouting, to talk about it. Kirby Pellet, son of White Sox scout Gary Pellet, we see a lot. 38th round pick by the Dodgers. Corona del Sol High School, middle infielder. You remember Rod Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Son Andrew Allen, Central Arizona Community College, 43rd round pick by the Tigers. Rod, one of the voices for the Tigers.
And one of the voices here for a few years.
Along with Mario Impemba. Back in Detroit, my good buddy and yours. 0-2 the count. That one is a pop up to right.
Mario, big fan of mine.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd invite you to the barbecue.
I know he wouldn't.
Taking a look ahead at what's brewing. Brought to you by our good friends with Miller Lite. Mike Hampton on the mound against Dan Herron. Roy Oswald against John Garland. Brian Moeller against Billy Buck.
Usually going into the last inning, Darren, you usually just see the closer up. There's 2 up now, and that's Gutierrez and Qualls. Qualls pitched about 12 hours ago. Now more like 15 hours ago.
His skipper was saying before the game that he's okay to go.
He gave up a run here last evening.
That one to get to the backstop. Runner at third. Let's bring in Mark McClune. Mark, you did a little homework, as Chad did some homework, as he may come into this game, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I talked to him last night after he got done watching the video, and he basically echoed your sentiments about him flying open and not staying on top of the ball when he's pitching. He saw it on video, but said it was too hard to correct last night facing a live hitter. Just very frustrating, but he was ready to get back out there and get after it tonight and not throw so many pitches up in the zone and give up fly balls.
Thank you, Mark. Good job by you, and no surprise in there watching video trying to find what's going on. Broke his bat. On a roll it goes. It's gobbled up and firing. Burns with the dive. He is out. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world to live in. Chad Qualls does go to work, as was reported a moment ago. Check the fact that he felt he was flying open. We were noticing that last night. What that does is has that arm angle lower. The sinker doesn't sink as much. Throws plenty hard when he does it. And the slider stays flat as well. No doubt about it, trying to lock it down. Save number 13, he hopes, is right around the corner.
He's going to face Nate Scherholtz to start the ninth. And then Uribe and our new guy, Pablo Sandoval. But first things first with Nate Scherholtz. High strike, Darren. And Chad Qualls will tell you, boy, strike one's nice, but I don't like being around the belt.
Well, that's what you watch for if you're watching at home. Is it caught right about the knees or a little below?
That's where he wants that ball, down there, Darren.
And look at the key there. Sacrifice. He was throwing 93, 94 last night. He gave up a couple of miles an hour to get that dive. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's where you want it, down around those kneecaps. That's when he gets that good dive. When he throws it as hard as he can, he flattens out and he stays around the belt. That's when he becomes very hittable. Oh, dear.
That's the slider he wants to throw. Good downward tilt, not flat over the plate. A really confidence-building sequence there.
Well, you're thinking sinker. Now you get the slider down and in. Boy, that was just a clinic put on right there by Chad Qualls. That's good to see.
Was able to get out there, and as he told Mark McClune, you can't make adjustments during an actual game, or at least some can't. You can understand that. Probably worked on it warming up. Boy, good pitch.
You know, maybe starters can, Darren. Maybe try to adjust on the fly. They have no choice. But when you're out there for one inning, it's kind of tough to make adjustments and say, okay, let me try this or let me work on this.
The 0-1 slider and a dandy. Everything. The first pitch, the only one that wasn't exactly where he wants it to be. A great shot from behind home plate, showing his mechanics how when he came home, he was lined up to go to the plate, didn't open up early, or fly open, as he will tell you. Keeps the arm angle up high. He's got some of the nastiest stuff on this roster.
Well, if you ask anybody that has to face him, they'll all tell you that Chad Qualls is no fun to face. So much movement, throws so hard, and the great slider. Let's see what he throws here. He went with the slider. And it was a good one, Darren. Really a good job by Uribe just to put that one in foul territory. Let's see if the front shoulder drives right towards the plate. Yeah, that's much better, Darren, than it was last night. Last night, this shoulder was flying towards first base rather than home plate.
The 0-2. Oh, my goodness. What a play. No, unable to make it. Well, that hit him in the glove. That's a shame because Qualls really made a great pitch, broke a bat. Ojeda got it over there. We'll see how it came unearthed from that glove.
Well, Mark Reynolds will probably get the error on that. You could see he looked at Chad Qualls and said, my bad. But, yeah, he just shatters Uribe's bat. Augie comes in, bare hands it, gets it across. Yeah, Mark Reynolds just flat out missed it. Well, you hate to get free outs here at the end of a ball game. Especially with the dangerous Pablo Sandoval, giving him an opportunity to tie up the ball game.
And Qualls now faced with a miscue, a challenge. Important for him, he will tell you, to keep those mechanics simplified, not try to do more than he's already doing. Line drive, base hit, left field. You can call him a bad ball hitter, or in this case, a broken bat hitter.
And it was a pitch a good 4 or 5 inches off the plate, but he finds a way to line it through the left side of the infield. And the mistake by Mark Reynolds now, as that ball was a good 5-6 inches off, but it gets by a sprawling Stephen Drew, and the mistake by the Diamondbacks now brings the go-ahead run to the plate with 1 out here.
Fred Lewis in a 2-0 game. Fred is 0 for 3.
Looking for the big ground ball to end the ball game is Chad Qualls. That's a great pitch to start Fred Lewis. That one really dove.
Qualls' double plays has rolled up 4 of them already this year. 13 last year. For a relief pitcher, that is a high total. Infielders will come to their toes as the 0-1 is fired outside.
Can Chad Qualls pitch around the miscue?
The 1-1. Topper falls off the mound, turns, and gets the only out. It's out there in front of him. And so Lewis is erased on a 1-3 ground out. There are 2 outs. Edgar Renteria will hit now. And we'll hit in a situation with 2 outs where if he manages to find the outfield, this game could be tied up.
Well, Sandoval, for a big man, runs pretty well. He stands on second base, so Chad Qualls trying to end the ball game, trying to get that 4th out of the inning, Darren. Oh, a slider hung right in the middle of the zone, but it still fooled Renteria. He was so gunned for the fastball. The slider that stayed up fooled him, and Qualls jumps ahead.
Well, you don't want to face him. That's Randy Wynn.
You don't want to face anybody more than Edgar Renteria. You want to snuff this out right now. Get that 4th out that you've made possible. Good slider. That's where you want it.
And that's put him in a hole. 0-2. Qualls hoping to lock it down. Pick up save number 13. Diamondbacks trying to avert the sweep and simply put, get better at home. Max Scherzer looking to win for the 3rd time. He was incredible. The 0-2. Slider kicks away. Scampering to the plate and scoring the run there easily out front is Uribe. Sandoval moves up to 3rd. Wild pitch. Run scores.
I don't know if that one bounced or not. That one could go as a pass ball on Chris Snyder. He was looking for the slider down and away. He got it. He just flat out missed it.
They give it a wild pitch, but
that's one that Chris Snyder will come up with 99 times out of 100. Now, are you as eager to throw that slider, Darren Sutton, with the tying run at 3rd base? Or do you throw the gas? Let's see what they go with.
He got him with a slider. And a scream of relief deep from the lungs of Chad Qualls and his teammates, no doubt about it. The Diamondbacks avert the sweep at the hands of their foes here in the West. The San Francisco Giants, they win it 2-1.